Hey, I'm Mary J. Blige, and you're watching My Soul Story on VH1 Soul. Coming up right now is one of my very, very first records. It's called You Remind Me, and the first video. When I first heard this record, I was on the West Side Highway in a red 4Runner on my way to the Bronx to hang out with one of my girlfriends. Actually, I think she was in the car with me, and I just, surprisingly, I didn't scream. I just thanked God immediately, because I knew my family and I were getting out of the projects. Ow! So here's my first baby, You Remind Me, on VH1 Soul. This next video is called Real Love. This song and You Remind Me, when these songs were out, I was still living in Building 5 in the projects, walking around just being just married and not understanding the seriousness to what had happened in the music business with these songs. Real Love is got to be one of my favorite songs because we had so much fun shooting this video. We had on hockey jerseys. We were just bouncing and rocking, and it was a lot of hard work at the same time. But at the same time, all the good memories are just the choreography and the dancing. And the title track, Real Love, is real. It's real personal because I really was looking for real people, even back then, people that really loved me for me. So here's Real Love on VH1 Soul. I believe soul music has such an effect on people because it's so much pain and joy in it at the same time. So if you're having a nostalgic moment, you go back to, let's say if it's a sad moment, it makes you feel good because you remember what you were feeling, and if it's a happy moment, it makes you feel good because it's something you remember. But the pain and the joy in soul music it just warms you. And I think that's why it affects people, because it's almost like a medicine. It's healing in every way. Hey, I'm Mary J. Blige, and you're watching My Soul Story on VH1 Soul. This next video has got to be one of my favorites also because it has one of my favorite rappers. I know when the Wu-Tang Clan came out, I had to be one of their biggest fans. But when Meth went solo, I know I was his biggest fan. And when he called me and said, I want Mary J. Blige on this record with me, I didn't even know what to do. Thank you, Meth. I love you so much. You're all I need. We had an incredible time shooting the video. Method Man is my big brother. He was a protector. We had a ball. Just watch our bounce on this. You're all I need to get by. Hey, I'm Mary J. Blige, and you're watching My Soul Story on VH1 Soul. This next video is called Be Happy. When I wrote this song, I was so miserable and depressed that I really, really wanted to be happy. I might not appear to be in the video, but what you gonna do? I was dancing, I was having a good time, and it seemed like when I was dancing and I was clubbing, I was happy. Here's Be Happy on VH1 Soul. Hey, I'm Mary J. Blige, and you're watching My Soul Story on VH1 Soul. The next video is called I'm Going Down, and during this time, boy, was I going down. I was the most miserable. I was at the lowest point of my life, and literally, I was going down. Check it out. I'm Going Down on VH1 Soul. The video coming up next is called Not Gonna Cry. It's self-explanatory. Y'all know what I was dealing with because you was dealing with it too. I was being cheated on, lied to, abused, fighting back, the whole thing. I was ready to burn down the house too, Angela. This is Not Gonna Cry on VH1 Soul. I was inspired by so many artists as a child. When I was a little girl, my mother played every soul singer that exists on the soul charts. I have to start with Aretha Franklin, and then I go into Gladys Knight, and then the staple singers. The staple singers were played heavily in my house. The soul in Mavis is something that will probably surprise people, but that's what I mimicked, and that's what I wanted to have in my voice. The jazz and Anita Baker, and the jazz and the horn, the horn section sound that Chaka Khan had in her voice is another thing that inspired me. And I think it was Chaka Khan that made me say, gosh, I gotta learn how to really, really sing. So those were my inspirations. This next video is called Deep Inside. It's self-explanatory. Basically what was happening with me is that I really wanted people to accept me for who I was, but they just could never see the depths of me because I was covered, with all kind of stuff. You name it, I was covered with it. So Deep Inside is one of my personal favorites, and here it is on VH1 Soul. Coming up right now is a duet that I did with one of my favorite people, Wyclef. Wyclef is a genius for coming up with the title 911. 911 is something that everyone is calling every single day. But in this case, in this song, it was about abuse and, stuff that goes on when you're in a relationship that you ain't really supposed to be in. Someone please call 911. Y'all know the deal. This is 911 on VH1 Soul. I'm Mary J. Blige, and you're watching My Soul Story on VH1 Soul. This next record it's probably the end of all the heavy partying I was doing, but I just had to do it. It's called Family Affair, and it's just a symbolization of what you want to do when you do go out to a club. You don't want no hateration. You don't want nobody pissing you off. You want to have a good time. You want to drink. You want to go all in. So Family Affair on VH1 Soul. Okay, this video coming up right now, No More Drama. This was a pivotal point. This was a turning point in my life. This was around the time that the World Trade Center blew up. It was just crazy. Aaliyah had just passed not too long ago. It was just insane. I was so surprised by the success of No More Drama, the actual record, because when you speak consciously, nobody really wants to listen. But for some reason, and I think it's due to just everything that happened in the world at the time, people were ready to hear enough of this madness, enough of this drama. Here's No More Drama on VH1 Soul. It is really important to represent the music visually, because what I think happens when people listen to these songs like I'm Going Down and Be Happy in My Life, they're actually living it with you, so they're already painting a picture with you. So if you paint the picture that's in their head, coincidentally, it's going to sell the record. It's going to make them really love the record even more. And it's important to relive it on stage. I think the music automatically makes you relive it. So if it automatically makes you relive it, then it's an infectious record. Hey, I'm Mary J. Blige, and you're watching My Soul Story on VH1 Soul. Now, this record right here, it means so much to me because it let me know right away that my fans were growing with me, and they were going with me because they accepted this record. This record is about just how hard it is to keep relationships together, and that relationships are not all perfect, but if you respect me and you ain't beating on me and cheating on me, I'd rather not be without you. Written by myself, Brian Cox, and John Tay Austin. Amazing. Love those people. It's nominated for so many Grammys. The album, The Breakthrough itself, is nominated for 8 Grammys. This record is nominated for Record of the Year. It's an amazing time right now with this album, The Breakthrough. John Tay, thank you again, man. Brian, thank you so much. Christopher Hicks, thank you very much. Here's Be Without You on VH1 Soul. I'm Mary J. Blige, and you're watching My Soul Story on VH1 Soul. Now, this song right here is my favorite song because, earlier when I was saying that I wanted people to see me from the inside, now it just doesn't matter if they see me from the inside or not. It is what it is. Take me as I am or not. So many women suffer from self-esteem problems because we're trying to be accepted. How about I just accept myself? If you can't, if I can't, then nobody can, but I can right now. Take me as I am on VH1 Soul. I'm Mary J. Blige, and you're watching My Soul Story on VH1 Soul. Coming up right now is a song called We Ride, and it's featured on the Reflections album. Now, this song is about being in your relationship and going through the ride of life. And actually, it's about going through life. Life is one big ride, First verse, everybody's asking why Mary ain't mad no more. Everything was, why are you so difficult? In every interview, it's like, because I was. But right now, I'm happy because I'm happy with myself, and that allows me to be happy in my relationships with my man. So we ride in everything we do on VH1 Soul. Hey, I'm Mary J. Blige, and you have been watching My Soul Story on VH1 Soul. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for letting me talk to you and explain to you what was going on in these songs and in these videos. I have a record out. It's called Reflections, a retrospective, and most of these songs are on that record. And here, this is what it looks like if you don't know. It's in your stores. It features 911, Family Affair, Real Love, No More Drama, and the list goes on. My Life, Everything That You Love, and 4 new songs also featuring We Ride. Thank you so much for joining me again. Hey, I'm Mary J. Blige, and I want to wish you a happy holidays from VH1 Soul.